Hi, Tommy Brann. Today is a day in the life of a small businessman. I've been here 36 years in Wyoming running my restaurant. And it's not just a restaurant business, it's just running a small business in general and what you go through. I start my day out by disinfecting my doors. You know why? Because we don't want to get people sick. That could put us out of business. It's just another little stressful thing that restaurateurs have to be put through. And it's something we take seriously. So I'm going to start this and we're going to get going and tell you what it is like to be a small businessman in Wyoming, Michigan. Well, part of owning a small business is paperwork and paying taxes, and that's just part of it. And I'm not being a crybaby, but that's something that we deal with. Our taxes for Wyoming, for instance, when they say businesses sometimes don't give back to the community, Kellogg'sville High School, $2,200, and for our summer taxes, this small 6,800 square foot buildings given back. It's now money, of course, but that really does help the system, so we're there for the school system. My energy bill, for 1 month, I remember when I first opened up, my monthly payment was $5,000 a month. Now my energy bill was $4,400 a month last month. So those really add up, and it makes it hard running a business and meeting the payroll. Some of the other things we're responsible are for alien forms to make sure that we don't hire illegal aliens. The garnishments for employees that come in here. If they have a bill that has to be collected, we have to handle that. And also unemployment forms, which is a lot of paperwork for us to do. And we pay 100% of unemployment, business does. And I think a lot of people don't realize that. So, you know, that's a big expense for us. Not that it's not a noble expense, but something the average citizen or politician sometimes don't realize we do. And one other thing is friend of the court. This is where everybody that gets divorced and owes child support, businesses are there to handle the payments, and we're obligated by the court to do this. And again, more stress on business, because why? Because we're responsible. We're a 6,000 square foot building. They know where to find us, and they know they can put more onto us. And we're accepting it, but sooner or later, enough's enough. You know, we can't do it all. So this is some of the things we go through, and some of the things that sort of bother me. Personal property tax is a big one for me too. Like if I'm a John Doe citizen and buy a TV set, I'd put it in my house, I pay the sales tax on it, and I'm done with it. But if I buy a TV set here for my sports bar, I pay the sales tax in it, put it in my restaurant, help out the economy by buying it, and also pay a personal property tax to the city every year on that TV set until it depreciates down to nothing. It's a ridiculous tax, but that's part of the things I think sometimes we have to change ourselves and try to get a change. Even my Pac-Man machines, they charge me $50 a Pac-Man machine every year. Politicians, I know you're creative people, but try not to be too creative with thinking of more taxes for business, because you're hurting job creators, and I think someday it's got to stop. Thanks.
Okay, basically Tom works 7 days a week. He also worries about his business 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. He bends over backwards going to pick people up that can't get to work. He stresses when the credit cards go down during a busy time. He just basically worries about his business constantly.
Branns Steakhouse and Grill. It's my pleasure to help you. Yeah, Jenny. Yeah, we scheduled today at 4 o'clock. You didn't know about the family reunion party? Boy, I got 50 people here, and I care about them as a family, but I seem to inherit all your problems, and you know, I have a business to run, and you really should be here. So you're not going to come in, okay? Well, remember when I hired you, you said you were going to be a good worker and show up and care about the place, and I would care about you and give you a job and help you pay your bills. But it seems like you're not doing your part. So I'm sorry you're not coming in. We'll have to talk about it later. Yep, bye. Well, it's just a part of doing business. You're going to get those calls, and some are legit, there's no doubt about it. And they do a good job when they call in sick, because we don't want them here as a restaurant sick. But I've had my share that we've had them call in and then found out later that night they were out dancing at a nightclub. So it's part of the things you go through as a small business. You have 50 people here, you inherit their problems, and that's okay sometimes, but we can't do it all the time. We have to take care of our customers, and that's our #1 goal. And it's my job to make them focus on that, but it's not easy sometimes. And sometimes people don't realize how hard it is. This 1,600 square foot building here does a lot for people, a lot for my family also. So this building helps pay Social Security for my employees, 7.2% with Medicare also. We spend over $60,000 a year in security and Medicare payments for my employees for my portion of their check. You know, I'm proud of that, but I would like to also politicians to know that. I think they don't realize that when they raise minimum wage or they add more taxes to businesses, that they're really maybe stopping us from doing this, from creating more jobs. Also, when I get a new air conditioning unit, I spend sometimes $5,000 to $6,000 for a new unit. That money goes right back in the economy. The company I work for, it keeps their employees working. It gives them a salary. It's a good trickle-down effect. If you would let small business just run itself, regulations, we have to have some, I agree, but don't over-regulate, don't overtax. We'll really be good for the economy, even better than you can imagine. I don't think regulations are bad. For instance, we have in our health department has a shield over our ice to make sure we don't break glass. I mean, I think there are good regulations. There's just over-regulation, overtaxing. You're hurting the job creators that really are important to this country, and I think I'm one of them. And thanks for your time today.